This is that I'm staying wrong.
We're live. We're live. We're live. How you guys doing today? I have one more intro to play for you guys.
Successful, I feel. All the memories come flooding back, hit different. I've changed a lot, friends list got thinner. Ain't tripping about enemies, true and stay hidden. He was lurking, so we made sure he went missing. Told the fakers to leave, but they wouldn't listen, they faulty. Now they gotta watch me glisten, they ain't silent. Like some snakes, they stay hissing. Spreading words and rumors, they gon' keep dissing.
Thank you guys for being here back again with your boy GFC Garvan with another video for you guys today. Today we're gonna go a little bit depth into the Premier League and talk about some of the transfer, that go on in the Premier League and how it would affect a lot of these teams with some of these transfer, how it would make some of these teams even better, for the upcoming season and where with our beloved Chelsea, we'll be looking because a lot of teams make a lot of changes. So we should have a little bit of advantage with these talented player that we got. Let us see how it goes. So thank you, Jersey, to be here, Blue Board analyst, the one and only Ty in the building, Chelsea session. Big up, big up, big up, DJ, big up, big up. Thank you guys for joining me today. How are you guys doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Garvan, as always. I let the guy, the man himself, Ty, who's been waiting, for the last 2 weeks, to come on GFC Garvan. We had a show in the morning. It went well. And Ty, thank you for tuning in. But of course, you have to explain the GFC Garvan audience. Where were you? Are you doing well? Is everything fine in Jamaica?
I was just at home. That's about it. I was just at home in heat, being almost having a heat stroke, having trouble sleeping because I had no electricity. But yeah, other than that, I was just MIA for reasons beyond my control. So, but yeah, it's been a long time. It felt like 1 year, and not a week and some days. Felt like a year.
Well, it's nice to have you back, Ty, because the community miss you. To be quite honest, with your videos, without your videos in the morning, your early morning videos and stuff. It's an honor. It's an honor to have you back.
Mm, yeah, I don't, and one of the worst things about it is that the video. I was actually working on a video when the minutes that, or the second I should say, the electricity went, I couldn't continue it because what I use, it requires having internet access. And then when I got back in access to social media and all that, I realized that that video was no longer going to be relevant because things changed, and the player that I was going to talk about, it would no longer be of any relevance because I would have said, oh, he's going to be coming to the club, which he ended up wasn't going to. So if I would have released a video like that, so probably was for the best. That's one positive that I can say. So it worked out, but I missed a lot of things. I'm still trying to catch up on some of the news. I probably won't catch up on all, which is unfortunate, but a lot has happened. I didn't even know that we were interested in Viega that we signed. So, I mean, so many things have happened.
Yeah, yeah, and I know I would go over there, Ty, because trust me, I was there in Gilbert, so I already know how it goes. So I wasn't worrying because when I started call over and make sure everyone was okay, I call and check on your side, and with one of friend of mine was they come in the town in Mobile town, so they told me like, the electric city is the biggest problem there, but no one lose their life. So I said, okay, I've been updating Jersey every day and tell them that, oh, Ty is okay. We probably just have to wait until you get back some internet access. Day by day, we all was concerned, but I keep them update and let them know, that, it's nothing danger, like no one lose nothing like that. We don't want to say the word, but because we promote the other side. But it was nice to see you this morning. I listened your whole entire show. You know, when I couldn't comment anymore, but because we're doing a lot of people at work, so it's an extra work on us today. But it was nice, to see you back in the community. But today we want to start off the show with this guy from Wolverhampton. He's on the screen right here. They're saying Chelsea. We don't know if the news is true or not, but would you guys take this player? Go ahead for it, Ty. Let me go with you first. Oh, Ty's not there. Go ahead, Jersey, until Ty come back.
Yeah, so big up to DJ Notorious Stash. And yeah, Ty, are you there? If you are there, you can always let us know. So yeah, I mean, no, I won't take. If the ambition is to win the Premier League and the Champions League, then I won't. And yeah, a good player, but nothing special, right? At Wolves for last what 5 years, supposed to be a striker, winger, who can play on both sides. So I'm just looking at the numbers to talk. 2019-20 season, 5 goals in 44 matches. Again, five in the next season, 1 goal, three. So overall, 143 games appearances for the Wolves, 15 goals. I mean, the, the stats are the stats are not good at all. Garvan, I know he's a good player. He's still what 24, right? Um, but are we really talking about just any other player now? So not really. No, not for me. No, no. If the ambition is to win the league in the next 3 years at least, challenge City, challenge Liverpool, challenge Arsenal, Manchester United will be up there. Challenge Real Madrid, challenge FC Bayern Munich, challenge Barca, maybe they'll come back. Challenge Juventus, challenge PSG. So you should have some ambition. Why would you go for this player, right? You already have Nico Jackson who can play as left wing. On the right side, we already have Noni Medweke who is a better player than him already. So why? Perhaps this news. What is the source of this news?
They're just
Looks
saying
like
that
it.
they're just
Maybe
saying
it's
that we're
sorry.
just keeping an eye on him, and you know, for me, to keep an eye on Pedro Neto, it's a very talented player. When he's fit, we all know what he brings. But can he stay fit? Like since he's in the Premier League, I think he missed almost half of every season. But his goal, input always like shocking because for a player that missed so many games throughout the season, and the goals that he scores, that to show you he's a talent, but he cannot stay fit, and that's something that Chelsea is supposed to be leaning from, to be quite honest. Because if you want to challenge for the title, as what you said, or the Premier League, you're gonna need a player that can play at least 25 to 26 game for the season. Probably the whole entire season. So for me, I will definitely, you know, look at him, but I don't think I would just consider of buying him because, as I'm saying, you're buying the talent, because the talent is there. But for me, the longevity, of the for the season, that's not something that he can give. The availability won't be there, so I wouldn't sign this player just because of that reason. But if you're gonna look on name and just close your eye and buy the name, this is a name that you will want to be in your squad. That's just the difference for me.
Ty, are you there? But his numbers are horrible, Garvin. That's a concern. 5 years, and I was including some goals from the friendly games. So it's 11 goals in 5 years. I know he didn't play so many games, but still 111 games and 11 goals. 111 Premier League games and 11 goals. That is one goal every 10 game, Garvan. One goal every 10 game, which is not really up there, right? So the numbers are shocking, right, Garvan?
Yeah,
Rich money
numbers are
makers.
shocking.
Yeah. Hello, all the legends on the panel. And yes, we are thinking about him. Everyone hit the likes and subscribe. Thank you. So, okay. Garvan, please go ahead. Al Ittihad in talks to sign Kepa. That's a great source. Athletic. Athletic is a top source. So, yeah, go ahead, sir.
Kappa, I would say this with Kappa because we're going through all of these players and I would say Kappa would be one of my first on the exit list. I wouldn't invite Kappa back to Coven, to be quite honest. The only way Kappa is going back to Coven, or unless he's going to take his stuff from Coven, to wherever he's gonna go. And to be honest, this is a deal that probably gonna be finished soon because if you realize all of the pictures that coming out of the training camp, we never see Kappa in any of these chaining photos or videos. I was watching one today with all of the other keepers was there, but I didn't see Kappa, and he didn't go to the Euros, so he should have, been in that unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think he's in the Euro squad for Spain. So he should have been back in preseason training. So for me, Kappa and the one that we're gonna come up on a little bit later on, they're one of the out of the two. Like, they're definitely not supposed to be nowhere close to coming, in my point of view.
Yes, I mean, a great talent, but somehow could not, prove at Chelsea, apart from a season. It's a shame in a way. So yeah, I think it's time that we have to move him on, especially because of the financial reason and his salary. So if Al Ittihad in talks to sign. So Ittihad whatever Ittihad, I think same as Ittihad, the Manchester City group, I guess. So if the Saudi Arab club, right, they go for him, why not? They have the money, they have unlimited money. You are welcome, sir.
As our rich money makers say right here, Kepa has returned to preseason training with Chelsea, but he is training away from the first team as my club tried to the club tried to to move him away from Stamford Bridge from my contact, rich money maker. Yes, that's
Rich money makers, I'll put you on the spot right now. When are you making the debut on GFC Garvan? Sir, we want you to make your debut on this platform and share the news, the insights, everything related to Chelsea FC. Thank you.
yeah, we would like to see it. We would like to see it live, rich money maker. No one will know who you are, so no one know your contact. Yeah, all you gotta do is just show up.
Rich
But
money
it's
maker wearing a suit, having three, four cups around him with unlimited sugar for a 5 hour stream, historic stream, unlimited stream with sugar. Rich money makers. Thank you, sir.
but for me though, Jersey, to wrap up the Capper news, the speech that he made, I don't know if you remember when he just went to Real Madrid, when he was saying that he didn't want to be at Chelsea no more and he don't plan to come back because he thought that he was gonna go in Real Madrid and kill it over there, and he was gonna get a contract. So he already turned his back on Chelsea. Regardless, you know, um, you never burn your bridges until you finally cross. And even when you cross, you never burn your bridges because you never know or you never can tell when you have to return. Or something could happen. He could go over there and get injured same way and have to come back to Chelsea. So I think that he count his head too early. I think that's what the biggest problem with Kepa right now. We pull off a Lukaku on us, when he burn his bridges too early. So now he have to come back and face the music, and that's not something that he's ready for. And I'm not ready for it either because I don't want to see him in my club anymore because you already
Actually,
betrayed us.
when a lot of people forgave him, or now they think it's okay, it was okay, but what he did to me, it was very offensive to Sari in the final. Okay, maybe there was a misunderstanding. You remember, right? He didn't come when he was asked to be substituted. So that was very offensive. That's so disrespectful to a manager. Even though you were trying to fake an injury or trying to, make sure that you can waste a couple of minutes. But if the board is on, the gaffer is there, no matter if it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'll be the first one to run and obey his orders, right? You have to be a professional, Garvan, right?
Yeah.
So I just didn't like that at all. That was embarrassing. I felt bad. I was embarrassed by my friends at that time, and it was not good what he did in that final. It was not good. We have forgotten that, but these things are not acceptable in football. What do you have to say?
Yeah, definitely. Because the end of the day is, you have to be professional, and that's what you get paid for. The fans pay their hard-earned money to come and watch you to be as a pro. Not being the way how you were. And that's not acceptable. In no shape or form. That's acceptable. That behavior was a poor behavior. And I think that we should have make sure that he didn't face back even the smallest opportunity to even come back to Coben. Just like what they did with Diego Costa. You know what Antonio Conte did to Diego Costa, where he put him to train with the reserve team, and move his car's parking lot. He couldn't come into the first team parking lot. Stuff like that. Was This is what you do with these type of players. That show ungrateful. And that was a definitely ungrateful moment. For Kappa. To just like he did. Kai Havertz did. They definitely. That's why I always tell supporters that sometimes you want to blame these owners, but you have to take into consideration that a lot of these players want out. A lot of these players really want to get out of the club. Kai Havertz definitely didn't want to get out. Kovacic wanted to get out. Kepa wanted to get out. Rudiger, as much as he were playing it around, we all know that Rudiger, even if they offer him a contract, he wouldn't have signed it because he already knew that Real Madrid was going to come in. He already knew that which player is going to turn Real Madrid down. So that's why I always would back the in that aspect that when we sign these EPA players, at the time when we sign them, when these owners come in, like they got no option because a lot of these players want to leave the club. A lot of these players already know that they weren't going to sign back a contract. So I have to give them leeway on that part because a lot of these players really want to go. The only player want to stay at the club at the time was N'Golo Kante. That's the only one I can give them I can give them the stick for because they definitely could have keep N'Golo Kante. But all the rest of players that leave the club already know that they were going to leave the club. They were going to follow the bag whatever it takes. So as we said that it's sad to say, a lot of players don't got loyalty no more to no clubs, and that's just the fact. That's just the truth. So that's just it for me. I don't know if Ty is there or he's still out, but we want to move on to Manchester United. What do you
Ty,
think?
are you there? Ty, Ty, Ty. Hello, Ty.
Ty is not there. What do you think
Okay.
about Manchester United with their new coaching staff? One of their former greats.
Yeah. I think Manchester United are in a good place, very very good place right now. And yeah, I'm giving a spoiler, right? We have an interesting show tomorrow. So Manchester United are in a
We're
good
not giving
place.
any. We're not giving any predict on it. We're just only the little scoop
Yeah, of
about.
course, of course. I know. I was just kidding. So, so this is a great. So, can you share the tweet so people can understand at the same time? Like if we can put the picture so they can follow up.
Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, you
Sure,
can
take
talk
your
in the
time.
meantime.
Absolutely. So we can discuss, one by one, one by one. Manchester United. It's a interesting story of Eric Ten Hag, right?
Yes, sir.
Eric Ten Hag, who was on the brink of getting sacked from. Yeah, I know this is the latest news. So, so we start from here, or okay, let's start from here and then I go back to. Can you make
Yes,
it
that's
bigger?
the new. Yeah, that's their new coaching staff.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But of course, the main gaffer is Ten Hag, right? Yeah, of course. So Manchester United, I'm sure the people are aware that Rennie Hawk and Ruud Win Nistelrooy, I always, uh, mispronounce him, as assistant managers. I'm sure everyone know the player, right? The legend
Yes, he's a
himself
legend of the Premier League.
of the Premier League, not only Manchester United, but the Premier League of the men's team to work under Ten Hag until June 2026. So Ten Hag has a 2-year contract, right? He was supposed to have 1 year, and they gave a 1 year extension. So this is interesting. These are the details that I'm most interested in. So yeah, I mean, this is amazing. Rude when how you pronounce it, I always forget.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Rude when Mr. Roy. Nude when Mr. Roy. I always say nude when Mr. Roy. Okay, Roy Loy. So yeah, it's difficult, to pronounce these names. So of course we know who we are talking about, right? We all know who we are talking about. You can see in the picture Manchester United legend and one of the best players in the Premier League, as you said. But of course, that does not guarantee success as a coach, right? But this looks, I don't know. I mean, it looks good. I assume that Ten Hag was a part of this or agreed to this in a way. Unlike Chelsea, where the manager is solely a puppet, I assume that Ten Hag was in the meeting, and it makes sense. He's getting the players, I mean, the people he know. And so it's an interesting story of Ten Hag. He was on the brink of getting sacked from last September 2023. Every 2 week, Manchester United fans, opposition fans were discussing, will he be sacked? Will he be sacked? Performance was so bad. They were bottom of the Champions League. They played the one of the worst football in the entire season. Somehow they won 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. There were a dozen of 1-0s or maybe more. Late goals, 2-3. A lot of late goals scored by Scott McTominay. A lot of goals scored by Garnacho and others in stoppage times. The performance was bad. The performance was really bad. So he had a very bad season. They were mid-table, then they tried to climb, then they always go mid-table, they always climb up. So this was the situation. Got knocked out in the thank you, Ty, in the Carabao Cup, and eventually when the season was so bad, they finished what? They finished eighth, right? Eighth in the league. Eighth in the league, bottom in the group of their group in the Champions League. And then it was reported everywhere that the decision has been taken. It was reported by everyone: Fabrizio Romano, Onstein, Daily Mail, Athletic, blah, 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 blah. that it's highly likely that Ten Hag will be sacked after the final, right? And then Ten Hag did the masterpiece. Ten Hag showed the world what he's all about. A winner. A winner. No matter the season, he won Carabao Cup last year. He said, okay, you want me to be sacked, right? I'll take the opportunity that Poch could not, that Mauricio Pochettino could not. And what a game that was. I have to appreciate that. Manchester United counter-attacking 1-0-1, they completely dominated, especially in the first half. That was amazing, man. City looked awful. They looked second best. They were not in the game. United was solid defensively, and the way they countered and how they played in transition showed that what Ten Hag can do. And remember why they were so good in this game, that Varane and Lisandro Martinez were back. So the point is, it matters. Matters that it ma- Ty is making me laugh. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The reason I'm laughing is I was reading a comment in the comment section. I need to be professional. Get back to my analysis. So, so he won. Long story short, he won, and then there were news that they wanted Southgate. Gareth Southgate, who is in the final, with all due respect. And then it was thought that they will have to wait so long. They talked to Tuchel, right? They talked to Tuchel. It's official. They had a interview communication with Thomas Tuchel. Somehow he didn't want to join, or they decided to go not to go for him. Pochettino was heavily linked with Manchester United, and I thought Pochettino would be the manager. But I said if Ten Hag would be sacked. But there is an important factor that the fan base, they do listen to the fan base, did not want Pochettino. And the only reason they did not want Pochettino, Mark Goldbridge did a poll. Of course, he is like a leading content creator, leading analyst in the United fan base community with thousands of votes, and only 13% said Poch. They want Pochettino, only 13%. And the reason was that why would you go for a manager who did not win anything and replace a manager who won two cups? Solid argument. I believe that the Manchester United board partially wanted Pochettino, but they just could not pull the trigger on Ten Hag and get Pochettino. Thomas Tuchel, I don't know why they didn't go for Tuchel. Maybe because, yes, maybe because of the way. I don't want to say that he's not professional, but the way that maybe it ends, how it ended at Dortmund, PSG, Chelsea, Bayern, right, Garvan? So there is a pattern now, if you understand. So the club, they don't always look at the footballing aspects now moving forward. So maybe they thought, I'm assuming, that he might not fit in, and yeah, and then at the end of the day, I think most of us were surprised, Garvan, that Ten Hag. It was announced that Ten Hag will stay, and I was surprised. And my dad said, my dad, who is a Liverpool fan, by the way, massive Liverpool fan, celebrated. He celebrated the Ten Hag staying because Liverpool will always do better if Ten Hag is here. Remember, Liverpool thrashed Ten Hag 7-0, if you recall that game, Gavin. And it's a surprise that he was not sacked that day. But still, I think he's a good coach. What I'm trying to say, when you're asking about United next season, the big plus is he will be entering his third season now. He already has the experience here. He did fantastic at Ajax. First season at United was good. Finished third, won the cup. So I think if he's given his players, this is why it was important to give the reference, and the legend and the his players from his club, former club, are there, as assistant managers, and if they have a plan, because Sir Ratcliffe is a ticket is a sorry season ticket holder, right, Gavin? Sir Ratcliffe is a season ticket
Yes, he's a
holder.
season ticket holder from, but he's
He's
still trying to buy Chelsea. So
Yeah, that's fine, but that's business. Yeah, it shows. It shows. I understand. So I think their recruitment going forward, I believe, will be more professional. That's what I think with everything they're doing. Ten Hag will have the luxury to work with the players he know, with additional players and the players returning from injury. So the advantage that Ten Hag and United will have over their competitors is that he'll go for stability. This season was awful, but I believe Just like Thomas Tuchel had a very bad season at Bayern Munich, one bad season with United won't make Ten Hag a bad manager. I'm not saying he's the best manager in the world, but he's probably the best seven manager in the world, if that makes sense. And if he's empowered, and the fan base for some reason, Garvan, they love him. After he won the FA Cup, they wanted him to stay. They are behind him, and he has a 2 year. He has 2 years more here. He only got 1 year extension. That shows to me at least that the board are still not all in. Right, Garvan? They could have given a 2, 3, 4 year extension. He was here till 2025 anyways, but they gave a plus 1 year contract extension. So this is an important season for Ten Hag to do well, for him to go beyond this season, for any longevity at Manchester United. Can he
In
do
my
it? Yeah, sure. Can he do it? Tune into Blue Board analysis tomorrow to find out. Yes, Gavan, please go ahead.
For me, I think Tenag is probably out. To be quite honest, I think that give him a 2 year contract. One of my main reason, I think that Ruud van Nistelrooy and this manager that they bring in, Ruud van Nistelrooy, he proved last season that he's a coach and he's a proper coach in the Dutch league. His team was over there challenging, and he's a young upcoming manager. His style, his philosophy. I think the board like him, but I think that what they did, they did it smartly. I think they're bringing these two coaches, to replace Tenag if Tenag fail. I think they're just there to gradually adapt or acquaint themselves to the Premier League. So I think this is the strategy that they're using right now. I think that Chelsea should have done something similar, but they didn't. But I think that these Manchester United owners, as Rich Moneymaker say right here, because everywhere I turn today, they're doing the similar project that Chelsea did. They're doing exactly the same thing that our board did. They're looking for young players. They're not trying to overpay for players. They're not trying to get players on big wages. So that's why I always said that the football furniture is changing. Is who can get the best young manager, gonna rise to the top. So every team's taking risks with a lot of these young managers, but the better one that's just gonna go to the top, and can Enzo be that man? We don't know yet. Ruud van Nistelrooy is next in line for that Manchester United job, to what I see, because the market for manager is poor. So I think what they did, instead of they're bringing a Ruud van Nistelrooy right now to rebuild a whole entire structure, Ten Hag already have a structure there. They just bring in these managers to help him and to learn. That means when the battle is supposed to pass on, they don't have to look too far. They already have someone within, and the player's gonna already used to him, acquaint themselves with him, and you're already gonna know the structure. So I think that Ruud van Nistelrooy probably gonna be the future Manchester United manager. I think Ten Hag is just there for probably this season, and probably don't be surprised if next season you heard that Ten Hag is leaving. The next news I got coming up, it's a done deal today, because we don't really got that long. We want to go through all the news in the Premier League. I know this player, Wilfred Ndidi. One at the time Chelsea was trying to sign him. One of the best older midfielder around. Good player. What you take on this signing? Because you have to say it's a new signing for Leicester City. What do you think about this signing for Leicester City? Because they just got promoted up to the Premier League.
Yeah, of course, it's a good signing. Of course, for them, it's a good signing. As you said, they got promoted, right? And they do have the money, of course, by getting in the Premier League again. They can spend. They were tightly knit, for 2 years, and I think they are being meticulous like other clubs. And of course, they want some players to ensure at least that they can survive, right? That's the bare minimum for them. But I believe they'll do well. Leicester City, as I said, a good side. They just performed so bad in last season because of the injuries, because of some players leaving, some players getting old, and not at the best. So I believe it will be a transition. I think the last season they already won the championship, and I think they'll be safe. Of course, they are good squad. The last 8 years they won the league. They finished in the top four twice. They won the FA Cup. So I'm not saying they'll be back there in the top four, top six. So, but I think they'll be around mid-table, maybe 10, 11, 12, maybe 13. So Leicester City will be fine. Leicester City will have a good season, and so they will build. They are in a good shape, maybe thanks to Mariska, right?
Yeah.
Finally, I gave the flowers. I gave the flowers, Gavin.
Yep. I think for me, before we move from this topic, I think that this signing is a signing that they need to done because this player is a really, really experienced player in the Premier League. A couple of years ago, he was put as one of the best holding midfielder in the whole entire league. Last season he got an excellent season under Enzo Maresca. For me, this is a signing you have to done when you get promoted. You have to keep some of your best player, and this player is a Premier League proven player. Let us see what happened with Leicester City, but I think this is a good signing for him. This player, the former Ten Hag player, former captain on the Ten Hag, Matal Delict. What do you think about this signing for Manchester United?
So it's done because I'm not aware of it. I didn't. It's
No, it's
confirmed
not.
today,
It's
right?
not done. But they already the player agreed to go to Manchester United. So Manchester United now just have to reach an agreement with Bayern Munich so the player can go do his medical. But on the player side, the player want to move. It's just on the two
That's a
clubs.
fantastic signing. It shows again. It shows that the club are trying to empower him and get him the players perhaps that he wants. It's kind of a KDH kind of a thing, right? To have the manager at least have a player or two, correct? To know the system. Similarly, Lisandro Martinez, right, who was instrumental at Ajax. Ten Hag got him, and at the time he had this say, a lot of say, and he proved to be a good signing for him. Although people say that he's short, small, but I think he's an amazing defender. This kid, Lisandro Martinez, I think now he's 24, 25, but he has done well. So it shows that it is important to empower your managers. Sometimes listen to them, give them the players. They are not always correct. There have been Onana, he's been criticized for getting Onana, right? A lot of criticism, but we don't know. Maybe Onana is a great goalkeeper. But 1 year has been very, very bad, right? And which other player did he get? The Brazilian winger, I'm forgetting his name, always crying and whining. What's his name? The Brazilian winger from United. You should know, Garvan.
Then you talking about
I'm forgetting his name.
Anthony
Manchester United.
Anthony.
Yeah, yeah, Anthony. Anthony. So he got that wrong, apparently, right? So it's not that they always get it right. Anthony, as I said, poor season and issues. As you know, I don't have to discuss here. It's a family channel. His issues behind this in his personal life and all the incidents. So, but Lisandro Martinez proved good in Garnacho, by the way. I think Garnacho he's 19 years old. He's too young, and at that age, I think he's phenomenal. Especially the way, uh, especially so this signing. Of course, we are talking about this signing, so it's a good signing. He knows the play inside out. It will only help Manchester United and Ten Hag. And I'm just referencing different signings that were done under Ten Hag, and some of them worked, some of them didn't work. So you always empower your manager, but at the same time, you don't give the keys to the kingdom. And Ten Hag was able to get 4 5 players in the last window. Two succeeded, two didn't succeed. But at the same time, I don't think so. The club should be so rigid that they say no. You just go and coach. We'll give you what you want. Because if I'm sitting here, if I have to do something on my laptop, And if I'm using a software, I will tell them, look, I want this software, I want the system to be this way.
But
Maybe then I can do a better job. Not always to just give me anything and make it work. So that's my take. So Garnacho, what do you think about Garnacho? He's 19 years old, by the way, and Ten Hag plays counter-attacking football, as we know. I don't know if he'll change or not. So he the last season he was really good on the counter.
Tenag didn't buy Nacho. Nacho was from the youth um the youth team, but with what they were saying about the format that Manchester United is using now. They're using something similar to Chelsea. They're not giving the manager, to pick the players. They pull a pool of players, and the managers choose the one that he need from what they select. Like that's what the sporting directors are selecting, 4 or 5 players. The manager just told them that I need this type of player, and they select a pool, and then they will ask him his opinion, which one you rather out of the 5 or out of the 6 or whatever, similar like what Chelsea's doing now. Chelsea's buying the players and give it to the coach to coach them. So that's the similar route that they're going down, similar like Chelsea. So I don't know why rival fans bantering Chelsea while they're doing the same thing. This is one that I want to bring up real quick on it. Napoli have set to agree personal term with such man on a 3-year contract. Also set to send a bid worth 28 plus 8 million to Chelsea, as Conte is still keen on the striker as his first.
First
I don't know.
choice. Yeah.
Eh?
That's his first choice.
Yeah, his first choice. Sorry, I didn't finish it. Oh, sorry.
So it's an amazing news if it's, I mean, it's personal terms agreed, so it's not official yet, right? It's near to be done. We can only hope. And 28 plus 8 would mean 36. But from that, if you take on these add-ons and the tax, so we'll get around what, 27, 28 million back. I'm just guessing. That's a loss, but still, at the end of the day, it's okay, right? Paying what, 100 million for him and getting 30 million, 25 million for him. That's terrible in a way. It's terrible, but right now, because we know we were unable to sell him in the last season two. So yeah, I mean, it's a celebration, Garvan. It will be a massive celebration then. If you didn't even take his name, so I can see how disappointed you are in that man. So I won't take the name either. So the elephant in the room, right? The elephant in the room disrespected the club various times, and we have no respect and no affiliation with him anymore. And
See,
yes, so if
for
he
me,
goes,
it's sorry. For
yeah,
me, is the way how he's ungrateful, because Chelsea's the one that bring him to the world. When we buy him from Belgium, remember when Chelsea was buying all these Belgium players, your Lukaku, your Kevin De Bruyne, the Hazard brothers, name them. Chelsea introduced him to the world, and to see the way how he did us, with that interview, and not only that, after the interview, the way how we hold the club as hostage, for the last year or two, I lost every respect for that player. To be quite honest, I used to take him as one of our own. When we were getting him back, I was one that was really happy. I was one that really excited about the move, because I watched him as a young player, for us, and then saw him go out on loan, and the way how he scored a lot of goals for Everton, and then and what's the next team he played for in the Premier League? I think Sam Allardyce was coaching that.
Manchester United, Everton.
No. Before Everton, he go to West Brom, and he go to West Brom and score a whole
You
lot of
mean
goals.
before Everton?
Yeah, he go to West Brom on loan and score a whole lot of goals, and then we sell him to Everton, And then you go, yeah. So that's how it. And I was happy to see him come back. And like you have your son and you send him out, and he go to a different country and now he's back. The excited you feel for your to reunite your family, and then to see that he take a fork and stab you in the back. That's for me that was unacceptable. So for me, I just want to see the back of that player. To be quite honest, the big signing of the day, the big signing of the day. You want to go for that one, Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, I can, but to be very honest, I have not seen him enough, right, to give a solid opinion. So please, you go ahead.
Okay. I watched his interview. I like what he said. I like the way how he know about Chelsea. Not only know about Chelsea. After we link with him, I do some short videos. I don't know if you see it, but I do a short video, and I started doing my little research. He's very young. He's very powerful. He's not. I don't think he's a Usain Bolt. But he's not really slow either. But physically, he's strong. He's brave on the ball. You know, he can do the role that Mariska like the invert, because he can play as a center back. He can play as a left sided defender, and he can play also play as a holding midfielder. Not only that, when he signed for Basel, on his debut, he scored a wonderful free kick. So he's good on set plays too. So this is a player that is one for the future. He's very tall. We've been crying for tall defenders for a while now. Yeah, he's 6'2", so that we kind of help us a lot. With crosses. Um, and that's one of the biggest struggle we struggled last season with, was with set plays. So I think this player is definitely one for the future. I'm not gonna say he's finished article, because he's still got a lot to learn. He will adapt quick because he speak 5 different language. And a player need that, and he's
Did
a
he
player that already know his way around Europe, because as he said, he live in many different countries because his dad was a football player. So he's a player that know how to adapt quickly. He's because he's already moved around in life. So I'm looking forward to see what he bring for us. The height and the physical part of it. That's the one thing that I really like, because that's
did he
something
play
that we
for
lack of last
Portugal?
season.
Did he play for the national team yet?
Not for the first team, but he played for the under 20 team. He's a big part of it. I think he were the captain armband a couple of times. He's just one that's about to get promoted into that senior team. Portugal is producing a lot of talent, just like France. Recently, Portugal and France have been producing the most talent right now across Europe. Unfortunately, some gonna be missed out. But he's a player that if he settle in quickly, and he get the opportunity, I think he will take a hold of it. Hopefully. This one right here, Arteta have linked with this midfielder. I just want to the reason why I bring it up. Where do you think Arsenal need to strengthen this season? A lot of people been saying that they need to strengthen in their midfield. A lot of people say they need a striker. Where do you think they need to strengthen more?
Uh, I was saying Arteta. Arsenal is an amazing side already, thanks to Arteta and his work and their clever investment and recruitment over the last 4 years. But if you have to beat the best, I mean, you have to be the best to beat the best, right? And for that, even to be the best, you need the tools. And I believe that Manchester City squad is still better than Arteta's squad, right? So overall, the team is very very good. A lot of young players who worked under him, and He improved them. It was a good recruitment, as I said, gradually phasing them out, not like Chelsea in 1 year put all the 20 years old. Yes, their team is also young, but was done in a very smooth, stable, transitional way with experience smoothly phasing out. As far as where they should go, as indefinite said, I'm not trying to, you know, cheat, or copy, but that was in my head. But of course, indefinite is the master. He knows everything inside out. So I agree with him. Arsenal needs a striker just like we need to striker. You know, there were many instances, just like the Aston Villa game, which cost Arsenal, in my opinion, the title. From January to May, they were flawless. They lost to Aston Villa 2-0, and that was it. Done. Done. Manchester City never gave them the opportunity to come back. So they created a lot of chances, but also against Bayern Munich, sometimes they are not able to score, right? It's a approach, similar hybrid approach. Everyone is involved with the attack. Mr. Kai Havertz, he is not helping them right so far. Who I say is a Chelsea legend, who I love. He scored the Champions League goal for us, uh, and I'm so grateful and always be grateful to Kai Havertz till the day I die. Probably take his name in my graveyard because he gave us the UCL title in 2021. But Kai Havertz improved his game, yes, in the second half of the season, but still his goal scoring, lacks a lot to be desired. Also, Julian Nagelsmann put a lot of trust in him. And against Spain, the only difference was that Germany were not able to score, although they created more than a dozen chances. So, yes, striker, midfield, of course, Declan Rice is there, but it doesn't mean that you cannot add more. I think they can. They can. The left wing position is the best they have. They have the best two left wingers in the Premier League or in Europe. So a striker, maybe maybe another midfielder if they can. And look, defense is a critical part of the game, right? They can also add a good defender or a right back. So it all depends. So overall, the point that I was saying that Arsenal do need more players. They need a striker. They perhaps need another midfielder. Depends on what Arteta is looking for. And as I said, the defense is good, but if they really have to compete, maybe they can go for an established, central defender or maybe a right back. So if they can sign one or two quality players, let's wait tomorrow what I have to say on who is going to win the Premier League next season.
Do do you think when you look at Newcastle, Newcastle, right? I haven't have anything up for them, but do you think Newcastle gonna be a force to recommend next season? Or do you think they will struggle? To round off the show, I just want to touch a little bit on
No, no, sure. I
Newcastle.
can, I can, I can tell that right now. I think they will struggle. Although they are not playing in Europe, but I think they will struggle. They made a mistake to go with Eddie Howe. They should have been more ambitious. I don't understand it why they are sticking with Eddie Howe. He did a fantastic job. Good young manager. Took them to the Champions League Champions League position in the first year. And yes, they added a lot of players in that year. Some very good signings, and he stamped his authority. Yes, he took them to a fourth finish spot, right? 22-23 season. But I think that was an overachievement, I would say. Sustainability is the issue. He is still a good manager. He can still become a very good manager, maybe a top manager. This season, he could not sustain, and the second half was very bad, and they finished what, seventh? Also went out
Yes.
early in UC. So I think he's a good manager. But if Newcastle want to progress, of course the idea is to progress, and they are limited. They have the biggest budget, but because of FFP and PSR of modern times, they are not they are unable to invest like how Chelsea did under Roman and how later Manchester City did. I'm not saying we invested like City, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, that how Roman was able to spend and with Chelsea initially, and how City was able to spend up until recently under I mean, in the new ownership, the what's that? Abu Dhabi Group, Sheikh Mansour. So the Prince of Saudi is one of the richest man, and he has what 25 times more wealth than the Manchester City Group, but he cannot spend. He cannot. If he want, he can spend 1 billion, 2 billion in one window, but he cannot. If you understand the point, right? His hands are tied on his back. So what they need, so what they need is a great manager. And I'm going, and what all this talk is leading up to, that if they were ambitious, they would have, in a good way, part ways with Eddie Howe and went for Mauricio Pochettino. Would have been the perfect manager for Newcastle at this moment, for a top four type of a sustainability, and maybe win something. Because he has the experience. He's still a good manager. I know Garvan is not so happy with him. What he did with Tottenham was amazing. At Chelsea, let's not go there. We all know that. Finished sixth. So I think Pochettino is a better manager than Eddie Howe. He can only improve. He just need to, work on few areas. So Pochettino with Newcastle, or Newcastle with Pochettino rather, would I won't say that I don't know if he will win the Premier League. Perhaps not, but he can be a regular top four with them, and maybe take them in 4 5 years to the dreamland. But if Newcastle want, because this is where they are, they for the next 3 to 5 years they want a top four, maybe win a cup or two. Perfect manager. I was talking to Ty behind the scenes just today that why Newcastle is not going for Mauricio Pochettino. So yeah, so that's my take. So indefinite says, yeah, Crown Prince, Crown Prince Mohammed, what's his name? Bin Salman, yeah, can buy 100 new castles. Oh, that's interesting. Don't give him any ideas. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
The
yeah.
next one I
Maybe
want
indefinite. Maybe he can hire me. Even if you pay me peanuts, that will be enough for me to live the rest of my life. And I'll give him great ideas. Go ahead, Govan.
the next one I want to talk about is the Aston Villa. Um, Aston Villa last season, they finished fourth, but they lose some important player, and they're about to lose one more. Diaby seems like he's going to Saudi Arabia. If the news is correct, because I think they got PFI. Oh, PFI. So I think they're definitely in serious problems over there with new with the PSR. And so what do you think about Aston Villa? Because Douglas Luiz already went to Juventus, and I think they're gonna let go of what is his name, the French winger. I just call his name. Yeah. So I think they're both gonna
Olise.
leave.
No, the Crystal Palace.
Diaby,
What's
Diaby,
going on
yeah,
in the
Diaby,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Diaby. So what do you think about Newcastle? How do you think Newcastle would sorry,
You
not
mean
Newcastle,
Aston
Aston
Villa,
Villa.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Aston Villa. Sorry, my bad. Big up, Miss
It's a
Rosie.
tough one.
Big up,
It's a tough one
Indefinite.
because I
Really
was.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Rosie. Big up. Hello. Good night, I would say. And it's midnight. Happy midnight. Happy good night. So it's 12:30, but it's morning for us, right? So it's the time when we are active. We have all the energy in the world. So thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have time tomorrow, I and Galvan, I think at 4 or 5 p.m., perhaps 4, have a plan to predict the top six top six teams that will finish in the league next season. And yeah, so we were discussing about different teams, their strength, weakness, what we can expect in today's show. So perhaps we are at the end, I believe. So Aston Villa, you said, right? As I was, meticulously and carefully examining my top six that I will reveal to the world tomorrow. Of course, I won't say if Aston Villa is there, if they are there, will in which position they are. But it's a tricky one. All I can say is that, and the main reason is, I mean, there are two good reasons that it's a tricky one. Yes, they have a solid manager, Unai Emery, who I think is a very technical manager. Let's not forget that, right? He's not the perfect manager. He's not the best manager in the world, but he is a manager who demands, a lot of, you can say, demands a lot of work and precision on the field, and is very analytical. He sets up the team in a way that everyone know their position. He not only he works on the training field like every other manager, he spends 2 to 3 hours, which a lot of maybe fans are not aware of, with the player, with the team in the dressing room or in his office, with each player talking from anywhere from 15 to 25, 30 minutes on a regular basis, and examining each step like a nerd, to be very honest. So yeah, so he is that much involved. But as you said, some players left, some other players might leave. We still have to see what they will get, what kind of player will they get and replace. And the other factor, which I think is even a bigger factor, Garvan, that may affect their position in the top four, top six next season, that they will be playing in the Champions League, UEFA Champions League. That won't be easy. I'm sure that they won't play that competition just for fun, just for games, and for the sake of it. It's a huge pride for Aston Villa to play the UEFA Champions League. They will go all in because, Garvan, because Unai Emery is the cup competition expert manager. I'm sure no one can deny that. He knows how to grind the results. He has won what, three in a row with Sevilla, something like that, or he has won one more with another club. I forgot. He has a couple of cup trophies. So he has a lot of trophies. Europa League three, at least I remember, maybe four. Conference League, FA Cups, two FA Cups, and in Spain he has won two cups. So that's what I remember. This guy, I'm not saying Aston Villa has won the Champions League. I don't think so. By the way, I don't think so. But 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 he can give it a shot if you understand with his tactics, with his strategy. This guy would love to win. Aston Villa would love to win the Champions League. So they will be all in. That may affect their progress in the Premier League.
To round off the show, Jersey, you want to go for this one? This was like 2 hours ago. To round off the show with
So it's
Kappa.
done. Let me read the comment quickly. It's a very interesting comment. Rosie says, I have a bet on City being relegated next season. Wow. I mean, we wish. Go ahead,
I was
Gavin.
saving
Go
that
ahead.
one for last, but yeah.
Sorry about that. I just couldn't wait. Because that was so catchy. If that happens,
125 charges, something is going on, and then they try to sue the Premier League, and that one go quiet all of a sudden. So something is cooking in the kitchen.
yeah, if that happens, Gavin, then maybe Chelsea might do something in the next 3 years to win the league if City
Yeah,
is gone.
and I know
So anyway, so
Miss Rose is Arsenal, right?
no. Miss Rosie is Rangers,
Oh,
Glasgow
Rangers.
Rangers,
Oh, okay,
and
because I
she
was
has
gonna.
friends both. She has friends both in Arsenal and now Chelsea. So it's up to us how we can present the content and how Chelsea can perform. So it's up to her. But right now Arsenal are in a terrific position. So I think it will be difficult. But she gave us the support that means the world to us, right? So I don't know if she will be a Chelsea fan or not in the future. So let's see. Yeah, Al
Miss
Ittihad
Rosie,
had.
you look good in blue. Come on, you Blues.
Come on, you Blues. Come on, you Rosie. Come on, you Rosie. Yes, something unpleasant cooking. Neutral in England teams. Wow. And Rosie, you were there when I had this stream with my friend Kumbar. It's difficult for me, right? So, the English fans, one hand of mine is tied with the Englishman, and living in Scotland, have to be loyal with the land, with the people. So the other hand is tied with Scotland. So as I was speaking with Kumber, he said it's a win-win situation for me. So let's hope we can still do our celebration and banter, because I told him live in the telecast, hey, I'll banter. I'll have a little banter if England goes out. But if they win, I'll celebrate with you. So I'm. Oh wow, Gavan, you read it. This is a lovely comment. I want you to read it. Read it loud, Gavan, not like this in your heart. What's the point, man?
Come on, you Blues.
You're being shy, man. Come on. So I'm leaning to Chelsea. All Chelsea fans are lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're nice people, we try to build a nice community. So come over to the blue side, and then Rangers are blue too, blue and white. So it's really a match. It's a match made in heaven. It's a blue. Rangers are blue, and Chelsea is blue. So you can't have the red and the blue to match together. It won't look good. So blue and blue. The Rangers blue with the Chelsea blue will give you a perfect blue. Ain't that right, Jersey?
Yeah,
I'm,
you said
recru-
it.
I'm
You said it
recruiting.
well. Very well, Calvin. Very well. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, so please go ahead. Of course, she agrees with you. Of course. So yes, thank you so much. We truly appreciate the support. Spain for the win. Yes, and you have to come on my channel just maybe for 5 minutes, and or maybe we can record. We don't have to go live and record the banter, but let's wait and see what happens. Maybe I'll be with Kumar celebrating. This is my life. So but of course, to be honest, as you know, that I am more towards Spain because
I'm thinking I'm gonna do a watch along for the final.
wow, wow. Okay, so Gavan, you want me to? I mean, this is confirmed.
Oh
What
yeah,
is written?
it was 2 hours ago. So I just saw it pop up. So I just let you go for it to close off the show.
Mhm. I mean, great. We already talked about Kappa and how important it is for us to make sure that he's sold. Of course, because of the wages and the financial, all the constraints that are tied to that. So CFC want 30 to 45 million. Of course, we are in the position that we are eventually selling or trying to sell them at a price that is not ideal. That is something that is disappointing, like Lukaku 100 bought for 100 and trying to sell him for 30, 35. But at the end of the day, it's so important. It's critical for us to sell these players who are not playing, who are causing controversy, and are on huge wages. That is not affecting perhaps the you can say moving forward, they plan to, maybe that's why they're not going for an Ulise or a Nico Williams, because they, who knows, they don't have that kind of a luxury, because at the end of the day, it's so important, Garvin, that the people forget the Chelsea FFP, although PSR, all these reports that have been reported that they are fine. Yes, they are, but they had to sell the hotels, they had to sell their land, they had to offload a lot of players, and that's why they didn't go for Ulis and perhaps won't go for Nico Williams. That is why if we can get these players out like a Kepa, a Raheem Sterling as well, and Lukaku, maybe I'll be hopeful and I'll see if they can go for a player, like an Olise, like a Victor Osimhen in the future. So yes, so far I think it has been a good day. You shared so many posts that are positive, that are giving us hope that these deals could be done soon, perhaps this month. And still, don't forget, we have the entire August up until 31st August midnight UK time to purchase any player. So you're giving me all the optimism, Gavin. How is it possible that I'm being so optimistic at the end of the show? What did you do to me? Or is it Rosie who is leaning towards Chelsea?
It's Miss Rosie that's leading towards Chelsea. It's nice to support the blue, because honestly, Miss Rosie, I'll support your Rangers. Take down Celtic next season. I will be on your train. Chuk 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 chuk. I'll be right there with you. raining for your team. And then we got the Jamaican international that played there. So last season, I was supporting Rude. I think his name is Rude. He haven't played for Jamaica for a while now, but you're number 7. I think he's wearing number 7, just striker. He represent Jamaica a couple of times, so I normally watch their league. It's a very nice player for you guys. He scored a lot of goals over there. So wherever the Jamaicans play, I always try to support or try to watch. So Rangers will be my team next season. Hopefully you can take on Celtic.
Yes, so Garvan has given you his word live, on the show, on his show,
And
and
I'm
and
gonna
I can
cover
assure,
some. I'm gonna try to cover some Scottish League next season for you, Miss Rosie.
and I can assure you, knowing Garvan the way I know him, is that his word is worth in gold. So if he has given you his word that he'll support Glasgow, rest assured, I'm saying Glasgow, Glasgow Rangers. I have to be clear because it could be Celtic. If he's going to support Glasgow Rangers, one Rangers, then you can take his word. It's worth in gold. So
You know to
indefinite,
to
indefinite.
believe it or not. Before we close off, before that when the Scottish League used to be one of the biggest league. Even before the Portugal League and stuff, because the Scottish League used to show all over the world, even in Jamaica. So I used to watch a lot of the Scottish League, especially when what a striker name, the Sweden striker was over there, and then Pepe Reina, and then Claudio Reina. I think it was a United States international. He was playing for Rangers. So I used to watch the Scottish League. The league was really nice and art. When and the Doncaster or what, I can't remember all the names because it's been a long time since I watched the Scottish League because it don't really show so much anymore. But
You have to watch now, Garvan. Now you have to watch.
no, I used to. I'll tell you, I watch the Scottish League a lot. I used to watch.
No, I mean now you have to watch next season. At least you have to watch Rangers game, all the
Yeah, I
Rangers
will.
game.
I will watch. Honestly, you know me. I'll show you my 2 phones that I watch the games on. So I will watch
Of
it.
course, I know you. That's why I given you. I mean, I given my word as well that if Garvan has said that, it's confirmed. If any,
Yeah,
if yeah, I know Garvan. If he says something, he means business. There are only few people
Scotland
like
will be
Garvan.
Scotland will be blue next season. I promise. Just like
Yeah,
London is
hopefully,
blue, Scotland will be blue.
hopefully. So indefinite, my brother, he tuned in. Always from his work whenever he
Oh,
can.
before
Appreciate the
before
support.
I go, before I go, Jersey, I
Sure,
want
sure.
you, I want you, on this. Chelsea got three 24s gonna be playing in finals on Sunday. Who out of the 3 you think gonna come out to be successful? That's the final part of the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching, but Jersey have to answer this. Enzo Fernandez, number 24 for Argentina. Marco Corella for Spain, 24. And the one and only Cole as ice, Cole Palmer, number 24 for England.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What a difficult question. What a difficult question.
We have to close off the show in style.
It is time, and and you know me, I always answer. I never dodge the question. I always try to answer. I could be wrong, but Gavin, I don't shy away. I always answer. And the answer is our boy, our boy, Mark Kukurea.
Well, he's starting though. Cole Palmer don't start, so I I think that Colombia gonna hit Argentina for 6. Sorry, indefinite. You're my brother, but I'm sorry. But I think Colombia gonna surprise
Go ahead,
Argentina.
Gavin. Take a minute or two and tell indefinite what you think of what will happen in the final.
For my brother, indefinite, I think Colombia gonna hit a 2 past you guys, and you guys gonna get panic, and start to attack a lot. Don't surprise if the game end up finished 3-1. So Colombia looked very dangerous on the attack. So Colombia probably 2 or 3, and Argentina 1. Sorry, my bro. And England and Spain, we leave that one for Saturday on your show. We have to
It
leave
was
some of the
a
spice
fantastic
for your
stream,
show.
Garvan. Thank you for always having me, and I absolutely loved it. So many interesting things we discuss about different clubs, their strength, weakness, possibilities, new recruitment, and like Manchester United, new managing staff, and of course some of our players. And yeah, and Rosie, it's great that she likes the presentation, our presentation, and hope we can keep up with that we can attract more people towards Chelsea. But I also hope that Enzo Maresca can attract more people towards Chelsea. I have to say that, right, to wind the show. And Indefinite, my brother, he is my special brother. He is a part of the critical four. I will always have to remind that, right? Till the day I'm alive. Indefinite, a part of the critical four, where we criticize, we don't hesitate to criticize. We are planning when to do that next show again. And Garvan, maybe you can join that show as well with four, with critical four, and trust the process, Garvan. How will that go, Garvan? How will that go?
Critical Four. I want to debate on that channel with the Critical Four. I want to be on there. I want one of these days. I'm definitely have to be on one of those Critical Four. It will be a the four critical four against the one. Trust the process.
Garvan,
So
four,
let's
four
go.
versus one. Four, four, four horsemen versus trust the process. And I'm sure
Yeah.
you can. I'm sure you can take on all four of us. I'm
Oh
sure that.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure of
ready.
that.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Just let me know when, and I'm there. I'm ready. You know, um,
Yeah,
we
it's
got a
all
lot of
love.
content coming out for you guys. For all the viewers, continue to tune in. We got Blue Board Analysts. Go over there and subscribe because we got a lot of content coming out in the community. When I say the community, I don't mean on the mind. I'm talking about the Chelsea session. Chelsea Perspect. You know, the coolest Chelsea broadcast and
Tobeho.
Blue Board
Yeah.
Analysts and Ty. I said Chelsea session already. It's so much of us. We got a lot coming out in the community. Sharing. We try to share the week where we all bring a lot of different topics for you guys to enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's something different we do today. So thank you guys for your support. And remember, we got a lot coming up, especially for the preseason. On this channel, I'm gonna do a big giveaway. But you guys have to make sure you have PayPal. Make sure you guys have PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, you can't enter. So own the PayPal allowed. So if you got PayPal, you just link us up on an X, and we can get it. We can get it rolled. But I got a lot of new content coming out for you guys. I hope you guys tune in. Turn the bell notification on all of our channel because you never know where we're gonna pop up with all these giveaways. So I hope you guys tune in to each of the channel because that's what we're doing. We're growing together and each one teach one. So that's what we're all about in this community. Is one love, one arm. Let's get together and be all right. So we're just here building this community, and we thank each and every one, that turned in each and every day. Okay, I think Miss Melina is back. You want to go for these before we go? Before we go, oh, should have 8. Oh,
Uh,
indefinite was saying we should have 8. Oh,
so
Bobby, all right, Bobby,
I think she's asking you. Maybe you didn't set up the mods, right?
huh?
Maybe, but I am the mod. Let me show. Just wait a second. I think I am right.
Yes.
How happy I'm being. Just I mean to be a mod because this is love, right? This is love. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I just wanted to check that. I think you made me a mod, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, it was Nightbot block you because of the emoji. When they use too many emoji, that's what happened. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of it.
So, so I am the mod, right? I am the mod, right? Do you
Yeah,
see with being the mod?
yeah.
So you can set Rosie and indefinite as the mod if you can.
Okay. I will.
You just click on the you know that right on the name and they will show the option. It can be done right away.
Okay, let's click on the name.
Yeah, I mean if you want her to go, to sign up for Chelsea, at least make her the mod.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just click on. You said just click on the.
Click on the three dots besides her name.
Yeah.
You see the option to make a mod, something like that. Make her the moderator or make there are three, four
Okay.
options, five.
Oh, it said put. Oh, well, yeah. I see it now.
Okay, so I think it should be done right away. Is it done?
No, hold on. Something ain't going. My. Hold on. My
No
board
problem. No
freeze up.
problem.
It clicked on the wrong one. All right, let us end the stream and then I will fix it real quick. Thank you guys for watching. Give me 1 second.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you guys
Take
for
your time.
watching. And
Take your
remember,
time.
please like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna
Click.
let me end the stream and then I can get it fixed. 1 second.
From a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays, all it is to be see-through. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing to get past his limits, then he vowed it. Family work hard, but I never guess I'm found it. Came a long way in my dream, now I be drowning. They dying, I got some hearts pounding.